What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into NXT for November the 21st, 2023. This show was basically just filler. Nothing happened. Shawn Michaels played it very safe, and it felt like it. There was some bad stuff that happened on this show. But we have another 2.5 weeks until we get to NXT Deadline on December the 9th. So we got a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we get to show off with the first match of the night, that being Noam Dar versus Chad Gable for the NXT Heritage Cup Championship. So this went to 5 rounds. So basically, Noam Dar got the first win. Chad Gable got the second win via the German suplex, the Chaos Theory. And then in the final round, Chad Gable was able to lock in the ankle lock, but Noam Dar tapped out as the time expires. So there's that. So basically, the announcer, she gets on the mic and says that Noam Dar is still champion because it's a tie, so Noam Dar doesn't lose. Post-match, the Alpha Academy get into a brawl with Metaphor, and then Otis starts flirting with Last Legend, and then Maxine Dupree slaps Last Legend in the face, and Last Legend avoids a makeout session with Otis. So kind of funny stuff there. I love it. Chad Gable losing is fine. Maybe he'll ask for a rematch at NXT Deadline. I'm trying to remember if the Heritage Cup has rematches. Probably not. So, I don't know. Next, Tony D and Stacks, they had a championship celebration at a fancy restaurant. Moving on. So, Carmelo, he's having a conversation with Trick Williams in the locker room. Melo says that he needs to get into the Iron Survivor Challenge and handle the business on his own tonight. Trick said that's understandable, but worry about that when you get to it, basically. So this leads us into what was supposed to be Xia Li versus Lyra Valkyria. So Xia Li attacks Lyra Valkyria, and Lyra starts to receive medical attention. And I'm like, no, don't do this shit. I hate when they do this. But I think they ended up doing this was a simple fact is because they didn't really have a planned out main event for the show. So that's kind of why. This honestly felt like Shawn Michaels was doing everything on the fly. That's what it felt like to be. So, there's that. Moving on. So, Angel Garza and her brother Korea took on Idris NFA and Malik Blade. I'm high on both teams. I like both teams, if we're being honest. So, Garza and Korea, they got the win via a pop-up mid kick for the 1-2-3, which looked nasty. So, I enjoyed that. That was kind of fun. Moving on, JBL, he's selected the Survivor matches for this week. He chose Carmelo Hayes and Josh Briggs. And I wanted to slap the shit out of JBL for selecting Josh Briggs. JBL, you fucking suck. Why are you bringing this sack of garbage known as Josh Briggs on our television? The guy doesn't have it at all. So, for the women Iron Survivor match this week, he selected Thea Hale and Blair Davenport. So, Carmelo Hayes versus Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs gets the win. And I immediately wanted to strangle JBL. I also wanted to strangle Shawn Michaels as well. Shawn, what in the fuck are you doing? This sucks. I feel bad for Melo. You still could have continued the story of Trick and Melo falling apart by having both of them in the match. I don't get it. I don't. This Iron Survivor challenge this year is shaping up to be one of the worst it's ever been. Even last year was better than this. Like, you have so many low mid-carders. It's just unreal. Like, you have, no, not even mid-carders. You have, like, low jobbers in there. It's like, no. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. I really don't. But such is life. Moving on. So, Lyra Valkyria, she's talking to Mackenzie Mitchell, saying that there's no way she's going to allow Xia Li to leave with the NXT Women's Championship. So then we get a pretty cool little segment of Von Wagner attending dinner with Mr. Stone's family. And it was funny. It was just a bunch of comedic gold. I enjoyed it. So, Robert Stone's little kids, they were talking to Von Wagner, saying that they were going to get, they were getting beaten up at school. They're getting bullied at school. Von said that he was going to handle it and everything else. So that was kind of funny there. Moving on, so we get a video package regarding on what's the ongoing investigation taking place at Chase University. Okay, that's fine there. I guess we'll get answers to that next week. Moving on. So Wes Lee comes out. He gets on the mic. He says that he knows that the crowd should know that he wears his heart on his sleeve. He said that he still wants to get his hands on Dominik Mysterio and regain the NXT North American Championship. He said that Desmond is holding all the gold heading into War Games. He said that losing his North American title was the catalyst to all of them moving on. He says when he sees Dominik Mysterio, he just sees rage. That's not because he's the lowest form of a human being, or the fact that he has a face you want to just punch to dust. But he has the NXT North American Championship. People win and lose titles all the time. When I was champion, I felt like I belonged. He said that everyone accepted him, including those of us watching at home. Not really. I only like Wes Lee when he was doing work with the Rascals. His single stuff, no. Even when he did his stuff with Zachary Wentz, a.k.a. Nash Carter, MSK, that was fine. But Wes Lee by himself, no, he sucks. He's not good. So he basically just says that he wants a shot at Dominik Mysterio at Deadline. So Dom comes out. He says, the only thing you do better than anyone is make these people feel bad for you. Make these people feel sorry for you. And you're good at it. Because 2 months ago, you got beat by Ilja, by Melo, took time off and lost to Corbin, and you think you deserve a title shot. These people still love you. Their opinion, like yours, is worthless. I made this title more relevant than you ever did. And, so Dom and Wes, the trade words on the mic. Wes Lee calls Dominik Mysterio a cockroach. And then Dom says, if you want this championship back, you have to earn it. You're going to be taking on 3 former NXT North American champions to get to him at Deadline. But if you win, but if and only if you win, you get a shot at this. If you don't win, this will be your last shot at the NXT North American Championship. So Wes Lee accepts the challenge. Okay, that's fine there, I guess. Which we know Wes Lee's going to win anyway. Like, that's a no-brainer. Moving on. So, Briggs Jensen, he congratulates Josh Briggs on his win. Fallon Henley's not happy about Briggs rolling him off earlier. Briggs says that's not a big deal and they should go celebrate. Because Stephen Stratton walks up for whatever reason. So I guess they're going to do the Kiana James storyline. The Kiana James, Brooks Jensen storyline that happened earlier on in the year. I can't remember when that was. I want to say that was maybe between, January and March of this year. Maybe as late as April, I want to say. But I know it was during WrestleMania season that storyline was going on. So that's probably what they're going to end up doing here with Tiffany Stratton and Josh Briggs. Which I don't give a fuck about Josh Briggs. He can go fuck himself. He's an embarrassment to the wrestling industry. I'm being honest. So this leads us into the women's Iron Survivor match, challenge match. Blair Davenport versus Thea Hale. So Blair Davenport wins. She advances. She wins with the Kamagoye for the 1, 2, 3. So that's fine there. So it makes sense. So it seems like they're building up the women's Iron Survivor match to be better than the men's. It just looks that way on paper, especially. Moving on. So we get a Baron Corbin promo. He says the only person who could slay the dragon is the dragon himself. He says our NXT champion sacrifices more than just his body, sacrifices his day-to-day life. Time and distance away from his family, living around the world in Germany. Ilja puts on his body on the line every time to give his family a better life. Like Ilja's mother did for him. The NXT champion puts himself second to his family. The life of a champion is lonely enough, but coming home to a cold empty apartment, no one to share your day-to-day with, only communicating with them through a screen. The only connection he has to America is the NXT Championship. The one thing that he kisses before he goes to sleep in that cold metal. Is that cold gold medal. Gold medal. My life is the complete opposite. I have generational wealth, expensive cars, and a big mansion. I kiss my wife and children every night before going to bed. How many times did I ask for a title shot with no response? I did some digging, and I found who the dragon was behind the madness. It's easy to get what I wanted. What better way to conclude my 2023, the year I found my true self? I burned all ships to the past, so that a deadline, I shape my future when I become the NXT champion. Because I agree, Ilja, the only person who could slay the dragon is the dragon himself. And I like this. I like this. This is great. This is one of Corbin's strengths. Now, is he good as a wrestler? No. He's just good on the mic, and he's good at getting heat. But outside of those two things, he fucking sucks. Let's just be honest. Who else fucking sucks, and who should go back to New Japan? That being Eddie Thorpe. So, one of the quote-unquote co-main events of the show was Eddie Thorpe versus Charlie Dempsey. I didn't care about this match at all. Didn't watch it. So Eddie Thorpe wins. And then post-match, Charlie Dempsey, he applies the octopus stretch, and then the rest of post-match, Eddie Thorpe gets the win via roll-up. So, post-match, Drew Lack and company, they beat down Eddie Thorpe. Alright, that's perfect. That's great. Next, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, they attacked the family in the restaurant parking lot, and Tony D says that they're on, and they're going to give them a championship match next Tuesday. So that's fine. Moving on. So we get a really good Ariana Grace vignette. She talked about like why she's a beauty queen and everything else, why she's a pageant queen. And she said when she was in the arena last week, the crowd stunk. They smelled bad, like they don't take showers and stuff, so that was great. And she also mentioned Carmen Petrovich. So they're probably going to turn that into a feud where it's going to be Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace. I'm fine with that. Ariana Grace plays a perfect heel character. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, it was announced that Wes Lee is going to take on Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and Johnny Gargano in a fatal four-way. The winner is going to face Dom at NXT Deadline. And I just wanted to curl up in a fetal position and just cry my eyes out. Shawn Michaels, bro, what in the fuck are you doing, man? What are you doing, dog? Stop. Please stop. What are you doing? I don't know. Main event. Lyra Valkyria versus Xia Li for the NXT Women's Championship. Lyra Valkyria gets the win via the Michinoku driver for the 1-2-3. And there was no angle, post-match angle at all. So I don't know why. She just celebrates and we go off the air. So that was NXT. Again, it was a filler episode, if we're being honest. Nothing really happened. Nothing really progressed. You know, it is what it is. But hopefully next week's show will be better. But what did you guys think? Like, comment below, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.